Welcome back, everyone, to the LPL and right back into the action. I am Mazel. I'm joined by Lyric, and we are kicking off our second series of the day in Shenzhen. It's NIP versus RA. Opposite score lines. 9-4 for NIP at the top of the table. 4-9 for RA at the bottom of the table. Try to make it into it.
Yeah. Seems like just going to take a second, having some issues to get right back into game. But yeah, it's a fun one. Kind of looking at the drafts, right? Having things like the Aatrox, which we weren't really seeing in that first series, which is a little bit weird. And, you know, we don't have to talk about draft without having the game on our screens because we are already back.
Yeah, so let's talk about some key points. I think Naiyou has been not the brightest spot for RA in a rookie season. When you have the likes of Milky Way on the other side fanning the flames, it's a little bit difficult. I think him and Vicla have had some really rough combinations there, but now with the Xin Zhao and the Ahri, very important for them to get that off the ground running here in this series. On the other side, there's a lot of praise to be thrown around on that side.
Yeah, it's been weird, right? Because I think especially with NIP being consistently high in the standings, obviously they've been one of the teams that have been facing a lot of criticism. The F word being thrown their way quite a bit. But at the same time, I don't know.
You want to elaborate on that?
Come on, it's fraud. Everyone knows it. It's thrown around so much. It's thrown around left, right, center. You know, you could be the best team in the world. You're going to get called it. And, like, I understand, right? Because when you look at NIP's roster, you'd probably expect them to be able to do more, especially with the rookie, like, look a bit cleaner. But at the same time, they still have looked more convincing than some of the other teams in the middle of the pack who've looked just as dicey. Now, rookie on the Talia, Aki on the Vi. I think there's a lot of potential for them to make this 2v2 work, especially when we have hyper carries on both sides. So it's actually going to be fun, right? How Naiyou, Vicla, Aki, rookie can set up Assum or Photic to take over the game.
And apparently bot lane's just not going to have a fun time for the side of NIP. What I was going to talk about is something I always love to point out for NIP is the combination of Rookie and Photic. The last time we saw these two guys together led to one of the most powerful splits V5 had ever seen. And obviously a little bit down the road, a bit different. But I think these two guys have really shown that they work so well as a double carry duo for this team so far this year.
I think Photic and Zhuo are in like a weird place where they're not, you're right, they're not a Jackie Love Mako, not a Ruler Missing, an Elk on, but they've been around the league for a while. They're very consistent. And yeah, it just provides like a nice pillar for NIP to lean on. But I do feel like in some recent series, we have seen them struggle a little bit more. It was Rookie Naki who really stepped up in their last series against RNG. Is Rookie might go down to Vicla.
Speaking of, he might have stepped up a little too far. The double flash comes through.
Not able to find it. That was so close. I mean, hell, I just said, right, Rookie being one of the people who led to their victory against RNG. Vicla looking to shut that down early off the back of a rookie mistake.
And that's where, you know, the elephant in the room has been the addition of Shanji and Aki, the OMG topside duo, coming over to NIP and actually having a ton of influence. I think during the mid-season, they were the engine that drove this NIP roster.
Yeah, I feel like they've had like NIP is so weird because they're also another team that we've seen individual moments of brilliance, but also a lot where they faltered, and like some of their wins really coming on some like coin flip fights, coin flip endings. And I guess a convincing win over RA is something you want to see from NIP heading towards playoffs. Is Photic getting engaged on?
2v2. Photic is in some trouble. Get the tongue lash there too. Assume one more rocket, not gonna be enough. Almost gets him.
Right, I love seeing the aggression come out from the Tahm Kench being paired up with a Jinx who could follow up with the range. They're just making it so hard to play this 2v2, having to recall again. They're going to be able to push in this wave, deny some minions, maybe even get a plate for themselves. And all of this is with Assum starting, like, having a call and, you know, playing to min-max, get more gold, and get to those breakpoints quicker.
Which is kind of funny to me in terms of, like, the confidence of the matchup itself. I think Zorah and Assum can be pretty confident in the early parts of this matchup. I do wonder if Photic can actually come online later on the Zeri. But as we get to the first objective trades here, it looks like Aki's going to be a little bit behind the ball, but it will just be the grubs for the dragon trade.
Yeah, we'll see if NIP can get this started and finished in time. Seems like Naiyou is going to commit to all the grubs because there was a chance where Right could have done too, start making her way down, deny NIP even the opportunity of doing Drake. But they're bot lane duo. Okay, so Assum's going to back off. And I was wondering if their bot lane duo would try to be an annoyance and try to buy time for Naiyou to get here, but it seems like RA are completely fine with giving up this first trade.
Not going to be test just yet, so we do get that in-depth trade of the 3-for-1. I guess in that regard, Grubs feels better, right? Numbers go higher, feels better to get the 3-for-1 trade.
It would depend. It'd be like if someone said, hey, do you want to trade 3 $1 bills for a $5 bill? The person with the $5 bill would be getting the worst of the trade, right?
3 bugs for a dragon? I think somebody would really want a dragon instead of
exactly. So I guess the point is, NIP trading up.
They were in the last game. They were in the last series. We're in the second series.
And it's weird because there aren't 3 series tonight, which is throwing my brain off, right? Because I expect us to do this and then to come back for another one, or what we don't know will happen yet is we're gonna play out this series and then something's gonna happen right afterwards. We're like, let's just do it again. Let's just do it again. NIP, RA, run it back.
It's fine.
Maybe RA will win, and NIP will be like, no, we are in playoffs. You are not allowed to win. We're doing it again. And then the ref will be like, wait, what's going on? And then it'll be Photic who turns to them and says, this is our arena. If we want a do-over, we get a do-over. And we play the series again.
Too far down the rabbit hole here. We got into a whole other dimension of play as we do see flashes being traded, at least Xiaoxu's flash. Top lane was the focus for NIP. Naiyou is up here now. Was not spotted just yet, I believe. Actually, I think he was.
Yeah, looks like Vicla, though. He's been hovering towards Aki for a while now, and no, in the end, just backing off the side of they don't want to try to do anything. Makes sense because they know that Zhuo has recalled and could expect him to already be making his way either around mid or around top side. So I think right call by RA to back off in the end. And very, very tame first few minutes.
It really is. That being said, it's probably about to turn on here pretty soon. Aki looking for Xiaoxu, and so is Zhuo. As the cease and desist comes down, we will have all the CC layered in as well as the all-out, and Xiaoxu will go down first blood for NIP.
It's going to be a solid kill, right? Getting some gold onto your tank to try and get Cassante to that point where, hell, we saw in the last game, right? It was so hard for Ultra Prime to deal any damage onto Ala. But not setting up your carry force to take over the game just yet, and RA still have been having their way in terms of the 2v2. We could see that with the CS lead that Assum has.
A lot of movement from RA down to the bottom jungle of NIP. And that's something I kind of want to focus in on for RA is the combinations on paper look really good. The Naiyou Vicla combo, the carry potential for Assum in this one, and Xiaoxu's entrances into flanks. But do they just need to find that execution and be able to win this game with this comp?
Because barring any early mistakes when we're talking about a team like RA, I feel like going into the mid game, like team fights can be very even and come down to execution. But at the same time, NIP, Vicla, not land anything. But I think NIP have a lot more opportunities, right, to create things like numbers advantage, obviously with the buy and the Talia. So I think there's potentially a bit more room to play around for NIP. But still, when you have a Jinx on one side, you have a Zeri on the other, you have a bunch of bruisers / tanks on either side. Yeah, it's going to be all about how they play out through the 5v5s.
Couple plates going bot side for Assum. It's big. We do have the Telegrubbies episode 2 being started. Let's see if RA hogs the television again. We'll be moving that way here.
And there we go. The flick back commences as Scuttle Crab going down in Topside River. What will the Scuttle Crab do? He will die as he accepts and waits for reincarnation.
A nature documentary now.
Yes. You know, I've never thought about it, but is it the same Scuttle Crab that respawns every time?
I don't think so. I think it'd be a new Scuttle Crab.
I feel like
'Cause
there
if
would
it's
at
the
least have to
same
be
one,
2.
Then that is torture, and that should not be allowed. Okay. 1v1 turning into a 2v1, turning into a 2-on-2, turning into a 3-on-1, and RA are running away from NIP, but they ain't running far enough. A double kill for Shanji.
And that's where it comes from, right? We said the potential to create numbers advantages and start finding those picks. NIP doing it beautifully with the Weaver's Wall. Being able to get up there so Aki and Rookie can support. But still, it's leaving the spot lane 2v2.
Like it crashes down bot side. Now they're trying to take down Zorah, but he's a tanky Tom Kenshin. Can't pop the trade health in time, I guess. But it's Assum trying to take down Zhuo. He might get the rocket, but can't do it. He also does not have the ulti as it was used preemptively in that fight.
Okay, so kill going over to NIP. NIP also picking up 2 grubs for themselves. I wonder if Assum's going to try and get a plate. Then maybe it ends up being fine, but probably would just value maybe the tempo for the reset. No. Instead deciding to go for Dre. But look, Sundered Sky coming out for Aki, and Shanji actually TPing in.
Because Shanji has arrived. He has 3 kills on a signature champion of his, but also really having a good time in the one-on-one matchup against Xiaoxu. I guess it didn't really make a one-on-one since we've had Aki up there consistently, but this is how it started.
Yeah, sadly, Xiaoxu not going to be allowed to get that 1v1. And for anyone who hasn't really followed RA, Xiaoxu definitely the standout player on the squad. It's taken down by the amount of people here. Aki with the ult, but then Rookie is able to follow up 2 beautiful seismic shoves to make sure that the kill is guaranteed. And you know, we're going to get this replay if they find the kill, but the thing I actually want to highlight out of that top lane replay is just how big the Kusante is now, because he's already on an item and a half where the Aatrox is still only sitting on the Brutalizer. So I really feel like we're going to start to see some of the ramifications of what's been happening in topside, you know, now that we're going to start seeing these teams have these face-offs.
We end up getting the 3 grub trade. Naiyou pops the Crescent Guard, but he doesn't have a saving grace to hold on to. He goes back into 4. Vicla's going in to try to help him, but Rookie claims the kill, his first of the game.
Finally getting one great game from Aki so far, being involved in almost every kill that NIP have found. And it's weird, right? Because we're starting to pick up the pace. NIP's starting to just pick RA off 1 by 1. But the tempo, the vibe of the game still feels very calm, very serene.
If you're a RA fan, maybe not so serene in this regard. I did get first item there completed for a couple members of RA, so at least they'll have some fight back. The Malignants and the Kraken Slayers completed. And I think you look at the side of NIP and it gets so scary. As time comes to a head, we do have a Rift Herald spawning very soon. Photic has completed his static shiv as well. NIP are already in place to contest it.
Oh wow, Assum's lead over Photic is pretty much similar to what Shanji has over Xiaoxu. So evening it out in a sense. I wonder if Assum's sitting on any gold right now. We did just get the static shiv completed for Photic, so gonna bring a bit more presence with that wave clear and be a little bit more self-sustaining in that mid lane.
Thought maybe the back might get stopped. Actually, it does get stopped. Oh, interesting. Yeah, the Rift Herald's already going down in NIP, so they just take full advantage of that one. They have so much strength up here on the top side. Vicla has been trading pretty well into Rookie consistently this game, but just can't find sticking power.
No, not able to get anything done, and we've seen Rookie, for the most part, for the past 5 minutes, has just stuck moving around with Aki, with, you know, Shanji at times. So not even ever really giving an opportunity for Vicla to find an angle and now just going to be able to make do with the fact that they've got this Herald. And NIP, they don't want to stop looking for the action.
Oh, he's going to pop the Crescent Guard in beautiful timing there, but it might not be enough. Now Vicla's moving in. They got Rookie. Some resets coming in for Vicla. He's dodging, he's weaving, and he's finding kills. RA respond in kind to NIP.
It finally didn't matter that Rookie was surrounded by the squad. Vicla gets past them, finds the kills. This was the breath of life that RA needed. Now look at the gold. It's actually completely even.
NIP having a little bit of trouble there from the advantage point, but I think bright moment from Vicla, which has not been, I guess, a consistent thing in this split, but was a big moment to prove himself coming over to the LPL from the LCS. And you get little moments like this, you're like, he has incredible mechanics.
Yeah, look at that Spirit Rush right past the other members of NIP, makes it so that him and Naiyou can find that first kill. And then with the Spirit Rush and the resets, he can just keep going to make sure that the second one comes through.
Really good stuff. Able to have Rookie's number so far in the lane.
You know who'd be jealous? Could be jealous of having Rookie's number? Jamada. I'll still never forget, I'll still never forget Jamada's wish of Rookie stepping on him. What a legend.
You just had to bring it back.
So you hear that, Jamada? You hear that? Vicla has Rookie's number, but you don't have Rookie's number. Just gotta try better luck next time, buddy.
Guess so. You got to be a pro player. In LPL.
I did tell Jamada at some point that I was going to bring that up again. So I'm glad we found the right time.
Well, there you go. You checked it off your list, I guess. Thanks. You're doing great. We do have a dragon coming out, though. If that's any importance to you to check off your list, Lear, as would be a second dragon for either side.
Dragons are so last game. You know what I mean? This game, it's a lot more about the Scuttle Crabs, but. To focus in on the dragons that don't matter. I mean, it feels like it should be hard if Shanji gets involved, but ooh, pick coming across.
He does have a little bit. Oh, nope. I was going to say he has a little bit of movement he could go with, but can't get out of there in time. VIP over the wall. Oh no, Vicla!
Rookie seismic shoves have been so good this game. Like, he is hitting every single one.
And Shanji's just doing Shanji things, as he doesn't have any opposition to the top side because he got killed. So now he just takes the turret, goes back, does have TP, Rift Herald in the mid lane, will have a charge in as well.
I also want to remind you, right, because we obviously saw RA win the last skirmish that we had, but we still haven't seen Shanji be part of any of the fights. And that's where I feel like the disparity is going to become a lot more stark, and NIP actually being able to come out ahead.
I know our audience can't see it, but we just had a stat come up on our screen at 86% first turret win percentage for NIP. In a 9-4 season, that is incredibly impressive in terms of when they get their first turret. They did get first turret here, and we also got to see the dragon go there.
Off to a great start. Again, NIP are already qualified for playoffs, so I think convincing performances is all you could really ask for as an NIP fan. And after this, NIP have two really tough matchups. So they get to play RA now. Cool. Hopefully they get their win. Next, BLG. After that, top esports.
Yeah, so, it's so difficult.
Yeah, it's going to be rough. But hell, if they can find an upset win on either of those teams right before playoffs, what a huge confidence boost that would be.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that would be so gigantic. And, you're leading it into it with an appetizer of RA. So if you can clean this one up and take him down, you're able to kind of use some of that confidence that we were talking about in the earlier series being so important. Maybe try to springboard into the playoffs for NIP, a place they definitely want to find some success. I feel like Rookie's been right on the cusp for so long. He's back with NIP. Maybe it's the year that they can make a run. If you get the turret in the bot side gone, it'll be a second turret for NIP taken out.
Photic just having no fear. Even not completely knowing if Vicla was just going to wait around and make a cheesy play or not. I guess he doesn't have both Ghost and Flash still available, so with all that mobility, he really can be able to escape and just cause some problems. Baron's coming up in 18 seconds, which means vision control on top side is going to become more of a priority. And right now, it looks like NIP should be the ones pushing forward into RA's jungle.
We did get Runans completed there for Photic as well, and he's streaming out to mid lane, already there as well, just because of the speed you can have going through the walls as the Zeri. But those second items very important as well for Vicla with that Horizon focus. Baron is up, but really the compositions right now aren't tuned for taking a quick Baron. They are looking for picks though, especially in IP, and that is their bread and butter with this Vi Talia comp.
Yeah, and even the Rakan, right? Just so much mobility to slip in and out. They have an idea that Naiyou's here and they're waiting for him to walk by. But Vicla knows. Look at the question mark pings on the minimap. Vicla knows exactly what is going on.
They have a Talia and a Vi. I know where they're at. Also spotted out though.
I also want to point out that Assum's completely itemizing for the fact that he knows that Shanji's a huge threat, right? Lord Dom's second, so he knows he's going to have to be able to kill this Cassante if they want any chance of being able to take a fight. They have Vicla to be able to try to deal with Photic. Has Horizon focus, so even a bit more power for him.
I think the problem is with Assum is it's just so difficult. You can't run away as the Jinx, you just have to kill, right? And I think it's just very difficult to kind of navigate that when Shanji is just running at your face. And we'll see if that actually becomes the case. They do have some fallback. Obviously, Zorah with the Devour, pretty big, and a little bit of peel back available there. They are now looking for the picks.
They're hoping to find something, but it doesn't, there isn't a whole ton of reason for NIP to actually go back towards topside because they were already the team that has semblance of vision control up there, right? We can even see some wards right here, right in the Wolf camp. And Dragon's coming up in a minute. So usually this would be NIP's turn to move to bot side like they've already done, get vision down to where RA would still be left trying to clear out that vision around top. So I think NIP making the correct move so far with the tempo that they had to be able to set up for what would be Soul Point. And another potential Infernal Soul.
Yeah, getting kind of lucky with the Infernal Souls tonight. They are definitely positioning around that way. They already have so much vision down there too. They're redeploying Photic and Zhuo down the mid lane, get priority there. And they're already pushing into a tier 2 tower bot side as well. Thing is though, there is a bit of a response from RA mid lane.
Bringing the Weaver's Wall.
Speaks like NIP want the response. Lightning crashes and things are starting to get a little bit hectic as the AoE is really starting to kick it up. Photic flashing, getting killed, and then getting killed. As now NIP pushback rookie is gonna get another big, huge seismic shove. And that is multiple members of RA biting the dust. Vicla, the only one left. It is NIP on to the Baron.
Yep, NIP says, who cares about being on Soul Point? We're going to look to end this game earlier, than that should even matter. So huge play for NIP, even with Photic going down.
Gotta take a look at the setup of this one. RA smelled that something was coming, but the way that NIP can pick apart this fight.
Yeah, start off with Shanji hitting that first Q3 to make sure that they could buy time for Xinjia to go down. And I'm a bit surprised that we didn't see the ult come out from Aki a little bit sooner to potentially try and help his AD carry stay alive. Probably wouldn't make a difference, but like you said, Rook eating some fantastic seismic shoves. I think we've seen that Shanji is not a threat that RA can deal with at this point in time. And now they have Baron. They could use that to get this prio in mid and might even just be able to contest this Drake right away. As Rookie even finishing off a Void Staff, so even having a bit more power behind this fight.
They're already here too. I think that's the difficult thing for RA now. Moving
Vicla
in, they don't have any priority. Yeah. Oh, Shanji. He is still the Cassante though. He is Shanji as Vicla had a nice angle. It's a decent amount of damage on the rookie, but now RA have put themselves in a very difficult position. Aki already takes down Assum. They're under turret now. They're trying to get one more back, but the Weaver's Wall cuts them off. Now, NIP, they have a lot of damage to be done on the back end of these fights. RA know that. They back away. That is a dicey fight.
Okay, so NIP are just going to start off the Drake outright. I was going to say if they don't feel confident doing that, NIP can even just push their waves first, right? They have Baron. RA won't be able to answer, and then they could have just fallen back, taken that Dragon while RA were still answering. But with RA backing off, looking for a bit of a cheesy pick, I want to see if they find it. I always love me a good brush play. A bad brush play, not so much. But a good brush play, I'm all for it.
I'd say you're pretty astute in that observation, my friend.
I mean, some people might love, terrible brush plays. Hell, I'm surprised that I don't. That sounds like something I'd be all for.
True, you're not wrong.
I gotta be honest. I gotta rethink it. Actually, I would love them. If
Bad
RA all
brush
wait in that
plays.
brush and then all of them die, couldn't say I wouldn't be pleased.
I think RA would be a little upsetty.
I mean, like, it could be the reverse. It could be NIP all in the brush and they all die.
True.
I'm not picking favorites here. I'm just saying I'm up for the play. Or the lack of play.
Or the last. This game was very tightly contested until it wasn't. I think Vicla's had some big moments, but now RA on the back foot. They are very heftily behind, and Naiyou just wants to even that one up a little bit. Zhuo goes right back in. It goes straight to his death, but Vicla's already gone. And now that lightning crash might get that AoE damage that you need. Everyone's falling apart. And RA, they've been split like the atoms that they are. And NIP's got their scientist outfit on, ready to experiment all over it. NIP run away with it, and now almost 10,000 gold in the lead.
The only unfortunate thing for NIP is the fact that they had to wait for another wave to come before they could start demolishing through this base. 15 seconds on Naiyou. I wonder if NIP can end.
Looks like they'll get one back off here and try to reset it. They take multiple inhibs. Top and mid are gone. Get the Zanyas completed for Rookie. And one more reset for NIP, potentially, if they want to look for a fight to end the game.
Not going to see the replay here. I mean, NIP, of course, with the Baron, going to look to siege on the tower. Naiyou, like, looking for the play right, thinking, hey, maybe we can get on Rookie and take him down before anything goes wrong. They do end up getting Zhuo. But still, it just gives more space for Photic to be able to pop off, get the autos done. Oh my god, Aki especially diving in so deep to allow that to happen.
Oh,
Yeah.
right back to it.
Yep, NIP are not done with the death march forward. They're looking to finish this game, and this does feel like to me, it's what we wanted to see from them, right? A very decisive win. Sure, there were some moments there from RA early, maybe one or two like slight missteps, but overall, I think NIP did a really good job. Again, Aki and Rookie really working well together, and Zhuo, once he started linking up with them, Shanji just got set up for success,
Yeah,
and this
he did.
man just cannot be bothered.
Anytime he gets Cassante, it's a scary fact. We have a tier 2 tower falling in bot side. The last inhib set in the sights of NIP. They were just hovering between the turrets there to try to find somebody to pick out. The tower falls. Is there anything that RA can do to stand up against the violence that NIP have wrought? The inhib does fall, and Zhuo, he turns that violence straight into RA. As there's so much damage coming from NIP. That's one gone. Can they get a second? Make it a two-for here. The Q3 actually doesn't hit for Shanji. And now they have the super minions in mid lane to try to push. Cease and desist there. Oh, Xiaoxu's just gone. Shanji, he's looking for the Q3, can't hit it. They do get one back. Assum goes excited. Trying to get Rookie there. One Nexus tower falls. Photic has his sights set on a game win while NIP try to survive. He's going to take down the final Nexus tower. Now he's onto the Nexus itself. Ultra Shock laser coming in, but NIP, they're just a couple autos away. Vicla's trying to take Rookie down, but the rest of his team is falling apart, and they find everything they needed. They find game one, and NIP go up 1-0.
Yeah, really nice game coming out from NIP. I mean, you said it right. The early game, close, but the second the picks started coming through from NIP, it was really just a one-sided affair.
It truly was an impressive performance from NIP. We got to see a lot of the strengths we've seen from them in the split flexed a little bit more in this series so far. We'll see if RA can bounce back for game number 2 after a short little break.